If I tell you everything, I will sit here and cry, and I don't want to do that. But what I will tell you, if you want confidence, you want skills, you want knowledge, you want professionalism, you want comfort, contact Mr. Diallo Stevens. He will get you to the close, whether you're buying or selling. If you're purchasing or selling a house and you want somebody who is an expert at what they do, have skills, knowledge, has that personal touch, great communicator, will be there for you, can be there in place of you, Mr. Diallo Stevens is who you want to get. And why I can tell you that is because I had to be the administrator, well, I became the administrator of my mom's estate, which means I was the one responsible of the care and the sale of the house. I had to do this while living in another country. And when I say another country, I mean Germany. Mr. Diallo Stevens, let me say his full name so you know who I'm talking about, was able to pick up the slack that was left by a previous broker who just sat on the estate and just let me accumulate expenses. He was able to come in, take over from where the gentleman was, start fresh, and get to the point of now where we're closed. He came in, he explained everything to me. He even was to tell me what didn't happen or what should have happened. He was able to speak to the attorneys. He was able to speak to the banks. He was, like I said, he spoke in a clear and plain language that I could understand. He made me feel comfortable at all times. And when I tell you that meant a lot, it meant a lot because, like I said, I was an administrator, which means I had lost my mom. And now I'm fighting with siblings over something that we shouldn't have had to fight over. Something that should have been a very simple, straightforward, easy process was made extremely complicated. And to complicate that, we had ineffective attorneys. So to finally have someone come in, pick up the ball, make me feel comfortable, and get me to where I could actually say, here are your keys, and everyone else was able to have their checks, was Mr. Diallo Stevens. His confidence in himself, his confidence in his abilities gave me confidence in knowing that he knew what he was doing and that he could do it, and the fact that he actually did do it. When I tell you he brought everybody to the table and he kept everybody talking, he did. He even went to the courthouse for me. When I tell you this man did so much, I couldn't even begin to tell you. If I tell you everything, I will sit here and cry, and I don't want to do that. But what I will tell you, if you want confidence, you want skills, you want knowledge, you want professionalism, you want comfort, contact Mr. Diallo Stevens. He will get you to the close, whether you're buying or selling. And the reason why I can speak to the buying side is because even a buyer who had his own agent would even call Mr. Stevens because he was not getting answers. And Mr. Stevens, without having to cross any lines, just gave the plain language so that way the person felt comfortable. And we were able to keep that buyer throughout the whole COVID situation. And he stayed in the process because the communication from Mr. Stevens was there. When he couldn't get the answers he needed from his own broker, he was able to feel rest assured by Mr. Stevens. So buying, selling, regardless what the situation is, he can take care of it. And he has a team to support him that any needs you need met can be met.
You are awesome. You had me mesmerized.